Hello, sweets. I am Sweet Miss Coco, and you are listening to the Coco Love Podcast. Okay, so welcome back to another episode, and I'm so glad that you're here. Oh my gosh, you've made it to, what episode is this? I think this is episode number 4. I should know these things, but I don't. So yeah, welcome to episode number 4 of the Coco Love Podcast. I'm your host. I'm Sweet Miss Coco. My real name, my government name is Kahdija. And yeah, if you want to follow me on Instagram, just look up I am Sweet Miss Coco. Yeah, so you're listening to the Coco Love Podcast. This is a podcast where we like to talk about courage, confidence, and self-love. Why is that? Well, because I have struggled with those things my whole life, and I am finally on a journey to getting better at having more of those things. Yeah, and I think that we could all use some help in that area. So, okay, we're gonna hop into a segment that I like to call Do It Anyway. It is all about just push through, you know? Like, you may have a goal or a dream or just anything that you have been holding yourself back from doing or accomplishing. And for whatever reason, maybe it was you didn't have enough courage, maybe you don't have enough confidence in it. It could be literally any reason, but I'm here to tell you, you need to just do it anyway, okay? Do it afraid, do it scared, but do it anyway. Okay, so my do it anyway today is going to be, it's probably going to be these books. So I purchased some books from the Dave Ramsey website, and for Black Friday, he had a sale, and I didn't really, like, I looked through the selection, but I don't think I took it seriously in terms of, like, I was actually gonna make a purchase. I think I was just looking at it, you know, how you can kind of like window shop, but online. So it's just like, I'm just browsing, you know, getting more information, learning about something that I haven't looked at before. So yeah, I was browsing Dave Ramsey's website, and if you don't know who Dave Ramsey is, he is a financial literacy person. He's all about getting your finances in order. You may or may not have heard of Financial Peace or Financial Peace University. So yeah, that's Dave Ramsey. He talks about finances and helps people get their finances in order. And so yeah, like, I was on his website and I was seeing all these books, you know, had audiobook version, ebook version, and paperback version, and hardback version of a plethora of financial literacy books and leadership oriented books and entrepreneurship type vibe books and how to keep your finances in order when you're starting a business. And so all of these things are interesting to me right now, especially as a new small business owner. I opened 2 businesses this year, and so I'm just like, oh, I should probably get these books, but I don't know, like, should I get the hardback version or should I get the paperback? No, wait, I should get the audio version because I listen to audiobooks a lot. Like, I'm listening to podcasts. I'm either listening to a podcast or an audiobook on Audible. And I'm just like, oh, what should I do? Feeling so conflicted, and like, well, I want to be able to like take notes and like scratch and draw circles and highlights and all these things that I'm starting to kind of miss because I'm listening to so many podcasts and listening to Audible. I want to be able to take notes, basically. I want to have that tangible learning reference. Yeah, so I've been looking at that stuff since he initiated the doggone sales, and like he had this giveaway thing that I think it's still going on actually, this giveaway thing. And I've been looking, I had my eye on these books the entire time. I've even honestly had my eye on some of the books, like Chris Hogan's, I think it's called Everyday Millionaire. I've been looking at that book for at least a year, at least. But I just haven't bought it yet. And I'm just like, why are you holding yourself back? And so today I was like, girl, you need to buy these books. You really want them. You know, I keep going back to the website and looking at them, and I told myself to buy the books today. And once I thought of it as an investment in myself, I think that was what helped me make that purchase. And so, yeah, I bought what, 9? Yeah, I bought that. If you're watching this on YouTube, I definitely was holding up a 4 just then. But, or 4 fingers. I was definitely holding up 4 fingers. But, yeah, so I bought 9 books today, and I bought the ebook version because I've stumbled upon something very interesting on my iPad called books, called iBooks rather. I've never used it before, but I'm getting into like digital calendars and stuff like that. And so I have this other app called, what is the name of the app? Goodreads? No, not Goodreads. Good Notes, I think is what. Here's my iPad right here. I can just make sure that I'm calling it the right thing. Well, what is the name of the... Oh, well, it's not telling me the name of the app. Oh my gosh. Yes, okay. Yes, I have this app called Good Notes, everyone. And so that is the application that I'm using for this digital calendar that I bought on Etsy, which I am really enjoying, by the way. Just saying. I'll put the link in the description box. But yeah, so iBooks is a thing. I can mark it up, and it's also digital. I don't have to worry about, you know, destroying my book because I'm carrying it around so much that, like, I'm a real bag lady, you guys, that I'm carrying it around so much and it's just getting damaged and gooky and nasty, and then I'm just like, oh, I don't know if I want this book anymore. It's gross because I'm like that. So yeah, I'm really excited to dive into the books that I've purchased and to learn new things. Yeah, so more to come on that. I'm probably gonna share nuggets of what I have learned from the books that I read. So yeah, that is what I did anyway this past week, which happened this morning. But I think that, yes, that's my do it anyway, because I was stalling. Like, I just wasn't doing it. And so, yeah, I just felt like, I told myself, I was like, girl, you need to just buy these books and stop, like, whining over it. They were on a super duper sale, too. Like, each book I got was $10. He had a mega discount. So I only spent $90 for all of these books. I should go back and calculate, like, how much all of the books were worth. I think most of them were around between $15.99 and like $24.99. So I actually saved a lot of money, okay? Dave Ramsey would be proud of me. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm, yeah. Oh my gosh, I cracked myself up. Okay, so yes, that is my do it anyway. Oh, so anticlimactic. Y'all, I'm so sorry. You know what? I gotta remember to turn the volume back up once I turn the volume down. Okay, we're gonna try this again. Okay. That was my do it anyway. Hey, I did it anyway. Oh my gosh. I don't know about you, but that song just gives me hype. Like, it's just that beat. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I get the music for the show from audio.com, and I am thoroughly enjoying my subscription to them. I like it. So yeah. Okay. So that was my do it anyway. If you have a do it anyway, something that you maybe have been putting on the back burner, or you got this new idea and you were super afraid to do it, then eventually you just did it anyway. And yeah, shoot it to me in my DMs. You can record a voicemail of it. I'll play it. Or if you don't want your voice on the show, I don't have to put your voice on the show, but send it to me in the DMs and I will put it on the show because I want to celebrate you. You did it anyway. Oh my gosh. We're accomplishing goals together. Okay, so moving along, I want to talk about, okay, y'all, today, I'm going to talk about this quote, or yeah, I guess it was just like a meme, if you will, that I came across on the internet today. It was actually on one of my Facebook friends' stories, and the image that I saw was essentially talking about how guys translating what they're saying sort of vibe. Okay, I'm gonna before I butcher it, I'm just gonna pull it up, okay? Because y'all know I don't need to be pulling nothing from memory because her memory is pretty bad. So we're just gonna pull it up. Okay, I'm pulling it up in Messenger because we ended up talking about it. I saw this story on Facebook today, and I was like, oh wow, I kind of have strong feelings about that. So I sent a message. Okay, so I'm gonna read it to you, and I'm not gonna say the person's name because y'all don't need to be snooping. Okay. Okay, here's what the meme says. And I'm calling it a meme, but I don't even know if this is actually a meme. But I'm going to show you, okay, this is what it's like. Is that a meme? Oh, wait. The light is too bright right here. Ah, but I can't hold it. Okay, wait. She's struggling. If you're watching this on YouTube, you see how I'm struggling. That's what it looks like. I feel like that's a meme, yeah? Or is that just a picture of some words? Like, I don't know. Anyway, okay, we're going to read it. Okay, so this is what I want to talk about today. The image says, dudes be like, what you doing? Equals, you trying to bleep. And the bleep means like hit. That's another slang term. You trying to hit? Okay. Where you at? Equals, you close enough to hit? We need to chill. Equals, we need to hit. You be playing. Equals, you not gonna let me hit? It sounds so funny reading out loud. So if you don't know what hit means, hit is sex. I'm just gonna say the word sex because I feel like that's easier. Yeah, so if you're not understanding on the podcast, I'm gonna try to better explain what I'm doing right now. So I'm reading the words from the image that I saw earlier on one of my Facebook friends' stories. They posted a story, and this is what was in the story. It was a sort of a translation of what dudes say, what dudes actually say, maybe in text message or maybe face to face, to whomever they're talking to. And yeah, and so what the dude is saying and what the dude actually means are two completely different things. And so here we go. Here's what the dude is actually saying. What you doing? But what they actually mean or intend to imply is, you trying to have sex? Another thing that they actually say is, where you at? But that means is, what that means is, are you close enough to have sex? Another thing they actually say is, yo, we need to chill. But what they're really trying to imply is, we need to have sex. The last thing that the image says is, not the last thing that the image said. Yes, the last thing that the image says that a guy will actually say out of their mouth or a text message is, you be playing. But what they're intending to say or implying is, you really not gonna let me have sex with you? With you. You really not gonna let me have sex with you? Okay, so that was what I saw on the Facebook story today. Okay. And my response to this was, so immediately when I saw it, I was emotional. I was like, wow, that's crazy. I laughed a little bit because I think because on one level I was uncomfortable reading it, and then on the second level it's like, this is crazy. Like, this is preposterous. This is amazing. That these translations have been written in such a point blank format. And oh my gosh, what am I supposed to do with that? What am I supposed to do with this now? And so then what I wrote in response to the person was, where were these translations when I was a teenager being played by the elusive game? Y'all, when I tell you that was real, that's how I really felt. That was like a real question, like, where are the translations? Okay, if you're a teenager, there you go. You have now been enlightened that sometimes a guy can say these things to you, and that could possibly be what they are intending, or what they really, really mean behind their words. And yeah, I was very naive growing up. Like, I had no clue what game was or any of that. So I learned the hard way. Let me tell you, it was hard. I had no idea, you guys. And so as I grew up, I started to learn. I started to correlate patterns, right? And so I eventually learned, like, okay, when I hear this phrase, this might be what this means. So I need to be, I'm on the lookout. And I might be able to tell by actions that follow up, his actions that follow after he said like a certain set of words, right? Such as like chill, like, hey, let's chill out later, or let's hang out sometime, or all those types of things. So, oh yeah, and something that you might already know is Netflix and chill. That became like a phrase. But yeah, I have always been the type of person who, I don't necessarily want just a chill, non-relationship thing. I don't want a situationship. I don't even want to be played. I don't want no games. I don't want no drama. I don't want any of that. I want a real relationship. I want a serious relationship. I want to be loved, and I want to give my love. And I've known this. I've known that that's what I've wanted out of a relationship since I was a kid, since I was young. I want to be married. I want to have kids. I don't have to have no white picket fence, but I want a beautiful house. I want a home. I want to build a home, and I want to build a family. with someone who is willing to give me their all, and I'm going to be willing to give them my all. So yeah, but like, oh, honey, let me tell you, getting to that has been a trip. I mean, I don't have it yet, I'm just saying, but getting to it, oh my gosh, I've learned so much about relationships, or the lack thereof, right? So, yeah, so, okay, so here, I know I just said, okay, so a lot, I do that, yeah. I almost said it again. Okay. There it was. There it goes. Okay. Y'all should really count how many times I say okay, because this is getting out of hand. I want to talk about essentially something that spawned from the conversation that I had with this individual, the individual that I saw the story on their post on Facebook today. We ended up chatting for quite some time, actually. We went back and forth about just talking about relationships and communication, and how important being honest, transparent, straightforward, but gentle and not aggressive, how important all of that is. I'm getting text messages. Okay, I'm gonna turn my volume down, or off rather. Yeah, we discussed how important all of those things are in any relationship, right? This is how I feel. I feel like so no matter what you want out of a relationship, right? So whether you are a person who wants no strings, if you're a person who wants no strings, I still feel like and believe that you should do everything in your power to be upfront with the person that you are trying to have sex with, and that you should be honest with yourself and with that person. But I don't believe that you have to do it in an aggressive way. I think that you can do it in a manner that is caring and I want to say loving, but I know that like, so like maybe you just met this person, like you don't love them, right? But there is a sort of delicacy, delicacy. There is a sort of delicateness that can be applied to the situation. And I also think that when you're honest, you might get better results. And when I say better, I mean healthier, right? So for example, in my life, guys that like lied to me or played the game on me, it was a series of lies, a series of half-truths, right? That is what I would call the game is. That's what I would call it. And so, but that's not what I want, right? I want, oh yeah, I'm supposed to be putting my moisturizer on my hair. But that's like not what I want, right? So, I feel like it should just be, like, why can't we just be honest throughout this process? That's basically just how I feel. And I think that there's a way that a guy can approach a girl, be honest, as well as be gentle and bring a level of care into the situation that I think is honestly needed. I think that Because, and I say a level of care because I think that neither person is an object at the end of the day. Now, I think that thought process should bleed over into whatever relationship someone is trying to pursue. And so that can be seen in the language that is used when they communicate, especially in the beginning. So when you first meet a person, how do you approach them? How are you coming off aggressive? Like, for example, I used to get cat calls. You know, cat calls are like, if you don't know what a cat call is, you could be, what did I used to be, like at the grocery store or something, and guys, like, I don't know, leaning up against the wall outside the grocery store would say things like whistling from across the street, or what else, or saying, "Hey, pretty lady," or "Hey there," or yo, excuse me, or what else did I hear? Or hey girl. What else have I heard? I'm trying to think of stuff, but you get the picture of like what I'm talking about. Things like that. That is so, oh my gosh, so rude, so disrespectful, degrading. Like, I'm a person. I am not a thing. I'm not an object. I would prefer to be treated with some sense of decorum. It just doesn't have to be that way, right? That's how I feel. I just don't feel it has to be that way. I think it could be that the situation could be handled far more delicately. And so I want to read you what, when me and this individual were just talking, he gave an example of what he would say. So we started talking about, I was saying how I totally think that we should just be open. Like, both parties should just be open and honest, straightforward. Like, don't leave room for misinterpretation. You know, it doesn't have to be a long and drawn out process. People don't necessarily have to get hurt if they are just trying to find a sex partner. Like, you could just ask the person, "Hey, this is what I'm looking for. I'm interested in you. This is what I'm looking for. Are you cool with that? Like, what are you looking for? Like, is this a thing? Are we on the same wavelength here?" Because I feel like the same thing happens when you're trying to get into a relationship that is polyamorous, that is monogamous, that is any sort of a committed relationship. The same thing happens when you're going into marriage. You like have a conversation with this person, and then you propose to them at some point. Like, there is communication that happens that brings you together. And so I think that the same thing is necessary for any sort of sexual relationship, whether it's inside a already formed or a formalized relationship, or if it's outside of a formalized relationship, i.e. a rank stranger. Okay, you want to have sex with this stranger that you just met or you just saw across the room and you think they are gorgeous and you just want to have sex with them. There is a way to do that. There's a way to approach that person in a manner in which you're not lying to them. You're being straightforward about your intentions and not being misleading. That's how I would say it. Not being misleading. That's how I feel, okay? That's how I feel. Now, what I want to read to you is a way that that the person I was talking to, an example that he gave. Okay. Hold on. Oh, y'all see my curls popping? Okay, if you're watching this on YouTube, then I just put some leave-in conditioner in my hair. And it's TGIN. Thank God it's natural. And this is the product that I just put in my hair. So, okay, yeah. And it make my curls pop. I don't know if y'all can see that, but I'm gonna turn around. Hopefully y'all can see that. Okay, I don't even know if you really got a good look at my hair before I put the product in, but yeah, I don't know, whatever. I mean, this wasn't meant to be like a hair video, but anyway. So yeah, but I am on my hair journey. I'm restarting. It's a whole thing. Y'all don't know my past, but it's all good. Well, most of you guys don't know my past, but I had long hair, and then I cut it off, and then I grew it out, and then I cut it off, and now I'm trying to grow it out again. so I'm back on this journey. But I love making my curls pop. It is one of my favorite things to do with my hair. Making the curls pop, hunty. Okay, so, but yeah, so I'm gonna put my glasses on because my eyes have been hurting lately. Okay, so yes, I am looking for the example of something he said. Okay, here we go. I found it. Okay, so an example of a guy being straightforward, right? If he just met this woman, right? Let's say they met at a club, or they met at the mall, or the gas station. I don't know why I was thinking of the gas station earlier, but that really is what I was thinking about when me and him were having this conversation. I was like, what if I met some guy like at a gas station and they just walked up to me and said this? This is what his pitch was. He was like, yeah, guys have to be more upfront about what they want, and women have to not get offended about stuff like that. We're going to touch on that in a moment. Okay, so he said, it's hard for a guy to walk up to a woman and say, quote, oh, y'all, hold on. I'm getting a phone call. I got to take this. Hold on. Okay, y'all, I am back. My apologies. I had to take a phone call real quick. Okay, so where was I? Yes, we were discussing what the guy that I was talking to, what he would say, what an example of what a guy could say if he were interested in just walking straight up to a girl and being straightforward, being more honest with her about his intentions. Okay, so this is an example of what he said a guy might say. There you go. He said, so it's hard for a guy to walk up to a woman and say, quote, I think you're attractive. Want to come to my place tonight and have sex? Okay, so I just want to say that is very... Okay, I when we were talking about it, I just envisioned myself, like I said, for some reason I envisioned myself at a gas station. I don't know what that's about, but I envisioned myself at a gas station, and okay, I'm thinking, okay, what if a guy came up to me and that's what he said? I personally feel like it is honest. It is straightforward. And those are the two things that I was telling you earlier. We just be honest and straightforward. But I also think that there should be a level of gentleness, like a level of delicacy that can be applied. Delicacy, is that a word? Delicateness. There can be a gentle delivery, a classy delivery, right? Instead of just so aggressive. So here's what my comeback was. This is my personal pitch. Okay? So I told him, I said, I feel like I would be very shocked if a guy came up to me and said, I think you're very attractive, or no, I think you're attractive, want to come to my place tonight and have sex. I figured that I would be very shocked, one. Two, yeah, I don't know you, I don't trust you, there's nothing, yeah, no. I just don't, no, there wasn't, that's not my cup of tea. I guess that's basically just how that boils down to. And it was very, I feel, aggressive. I think that there could have been a gentler approach to it. Okay, and so I'm gonna read you my proposed approach. Okay, here's what I said. So for example, hi, I'm gonna switch positions. This is the guy position, okay? And this, when I move over here, this is gonna be a girl. Okay, so if the guy were to say, hi, I really wanted to come over here and meet you. I think you're attractive. What's your name? Girl says name. So I want to be honest with you. I think you're gorgeous, and I would really love the opportunity to start a sexual relationship with you. If you don't like what I can do tonight, I will never contact you again. But if you do, we can be monogamous sex partners. We're going to pretend the girl says yes. Okay. So the guy starts like smiling, and he's like, bet, okay, look, I want to stay safe and I value your health as well. So let's head to the nearest clinic to get tested together. And if something scares either of us, we'll talk about it. No secrets. Look here. Now, see, I came up with that on the spot. That was what I responded to him with. And I just want to say that I pretty much thought that, okay, I went back and read it after I sent it, and I said, okay, I should probably be trying to write somebody's like a healthy sex novel. Because I feel like that was very informative and open and honest and stuff. So yeah, but yeah, that is how I feel about it. I feel like that is a more gentle approach in comparison to, where is it? I gotta find it. In comparison to, yo, I think you're attractive. Want to come to my place tonight and have sex? Yeah, I just think that's very aggressive. And yes, it is honest and open, but I think it's aggressive. And I think what I proposed was honest, open, transparent. It showed care. It showed attentiveness. It showed that to some degree that like you're like listening to her feedback, like her reading her body language and all the things that you're here, you're present, you are ready and willing to give what you can. What is that? To give what you can to this sexual relationship. It's not just gonna be the girl is an object. She is a real human being. She is here, she is present, and you take your sexual health seriously, and you are encouraging her to also take her sexual health seriously, because y'all are gonna be, you know, swapping juices, right? So yeah, that's what it is. I mean, I'm just saying. Okay, so Yeah, so that was my pitch. And he said, I asked him if he saw the difference between the two pitches. And he was like, yeah, I see the difference. And so I felt, felt like I educated a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But I honestly, I do like to talk about relationships. I've been through some very difficult relationships, some ups and some downs for sure. But I think I've learned a lot about relationships and communication, and I think that I have a unique perspective. My story is unique to me, and I enjoy talking about what I've been through and how I believe that I could have done better. And that's my sort of motive, is to, man, if I had this information, I probably wouldn't have made all the mistakes I made. Or I probably wouldn't have made half the mistakes I made if I had some of the information that I have now. And so I am all about passing off the information. Okay, let's give the information to you. I want to give the information to you, to other people, to people who have no idea what game is. Like, oh my gosh, because that was me. Like, I didn't know what the heck game was. I was just very trusting, very caring, very present, very truthful, very naive. Okay. I didn't know anything about, like, oh, people have ulterior motives. I didn't know nothing about that. Okay. I did not know that guys can, like, sweet talk you and then bam, here they are trying to fill you up or whatever. I didn't know those things. So yeah. Oh yeah, sweet talk you. I also had a conversation with someone, and they were like, their approach would be to basically have more of a, like, a slightly deeper conversation, right? Like, so not the open, honest, aggressive, like just the one-liner, not the yeah, I'm being open and honest and gentle about my approach of what I want, and I'm telling you what I want right now, straight up. There's no guessing game here. I'm just telling you right now. And someone else's approach that they shared with me, it's not this person, but a different person shared with me, is that they would prefer an approach that is more geared towards getting to know that person, as well as that person getting to know them. They would feel more comfortable with that situation. And so that would look like having a conversation where you just kind of say, hey, what's your name? Or what's your favorite color? Or, okay, maybe not what's your favorite color, but hey, you want to go eat wherever? Or like y'all sort of hang out. Y'all have conversations about life and whatever in general, and sort of get that vibe and get to know each other better. Yeah. And then after some degree of friendship is established, then the proposal of, hey, so I'm really attracted to you and I would like to have sex with you. What do you think about that? So yeah, that's the third approach that I discussed with someone, and I find that interesting as well, right? So I have also been through that, and I feel like that is like that sweet talker that I was mentioning a few moments ago. Yeah, I don't like that either. I don't like the straightforward, aggressive, yo, shawty, let me hit that. I don't like that. I don't like the Rico Suave either. I don't like the, oh, let me just, I'm gonna get to know you. this is my homegirl, we're cool, we hang out sometimes, or we're going on dates. You know, in my mind, they're dates. We're hanging out. We are going places or doing things together. And then all of a sudden, it's like this sneak attack, magic trick sort of vibe of, okay, we progressed real quickly. You know, we holding hands. And then maybe he feeling on the body or something. Or then maybe we kissing. Or just all of a sudden, it's this of, wait a minute, how did we get here? We not even in a relationship. We not boyfriend and girlfriend. We not nothing. But we are here in the bed together. This was a magic voodoo, magic trick. Something happened I wasn't ready for. So, yeah. I've been in situations similar to both of those extremes. And like I said, my personal vantage point is right in the middle. You can be straightforward, honest, transparent, but also have some level of delicateness, bringing some level of decorum into the situation, but putting the main idea on the table in the moment that you know that that is what you want. Like, I've heard that guys say that they know what they want from a girl when they first meet the girl. Like, you go up and talk to a girl, you're going up and talking to her for a reason, right? When you go up and talk to anybody, you know, you go up and talking to them for a reason. What is that reason? What is that motive? And my personal belief is that if you are coming up and talking to me because you find me attractive and you really want to have sex with me, just tell me that. Don't tell me that in a rude, disrespectful way, but you can tell me that in a way that is flattering, that is a bit more graceful, that allows me to understand that you know how to communicate well. You are going to communicate with me well. You are going to hear me when I'm voicing my concerns with you. It establishes this trust is what I feel it would do. It establishes some degree of we're starting to build trust. No secrets. Everything is on the table. We're being healthy. We're being safe if that's the situation that we want to be in. Now, none of this in any way is me saying that I am the type of person that's gonna just lay down with somebody immediately. I have grown. And that is no longer what I wish to do. I mean, technically it wasn't what I wanted to do then, but then I also had like a few wild, or maybe one. I think I had like 1 or 2 wild years in college. But that's not where I'm at. That's not my mindset. That's not what I want. I just don't want to give my body away in that way. I want to abstain until marriage. That's the goal. That's the track that I'm on, and I'm really trying to stay strong in that, you guys. It's hard, but it can have its challenges, right? Like when I meet a guy who I think is cute, I think we have a great conversation, but then I feel like there's this whiplash that happens when that guy all of a sudden feels to me like out of the blue starts getting handsy, starts kissing on my neck, or like all of these things, right? I don't like that. Tell me your motive up front. Tell me that you're here to just have sex with me up front, because then I will let you know, hey dog, that's not what I'm here for. I don't like that. I'm good. You can move on to the next girl. You see what I'm saying? No one has to get hurt in the process. That's what I feel the world needs more of. being straightforward. You don't have to trick me into getting into the bed with you. If I want to get into the bed with you, then I will get into the bed with you, but not allowing me the opportunity to communicate to you my true feelings, my intentions, and whether or not they align with your intentions from day one. That is a liar. That is a deceitful person. That is a guy who's playing games. Yeah, I feel like we should be able to voice with our mouths, with our words. We should be able to voice what it is that we want. Yeah, I believe that so strongly, you guys. I can't say it enough. So yeah, I think that's enough for this particular episode of the Coco Love Podcast. I will definitely be talking more about love and relationships because, like I said earlier, I am quite passionate about it. I have very strong feelings, and I think that we should be learning how to communicate better with one another. And I think that those skills, those baseline skills, how we treat one another in relationships, intimate relationships, it bleeds over into how we treat people at work, how we treat all types of people. Because everything that we do, any and every interaction that we have with another human being, it's a relationship to some degree. There is a type of relationship transaction that is happening, that is going on. So are you going to be just a liar in all of your relationships? Are you going to be deceitful in all of your relationships? Are you going to, alakazam, pull the curtain back? Or I guess pulling the curtain forward, pulling the wool over someone's eyes in all the relationships that you have? Is that really a skill that you want to develop and perfect? I think that these are things that people should ponder. Guys, girls, humans. I just don't believe that anyone should be deceitful in these ways. I think that everyone should be honest and straightforward and just tell me what it is that you came over here for. No BS. No, that's what I believe. That's what I believe. Okay, so now it is time for Love Does. Y'all. Okay, I gotta explain what Love Does is. Okay, Love Does is a segment where I like to talk about something that I have done to increase the self-love in my life. Because I find I tend to not love myself enough, right? I think that many of us can say that. I am a giver. I tend to give. But I really am trying to be more and more intentional about giving myself some love, giving back to myself, because I believe that you have to feed yourself in order to feed others. It's just like how when you're on the plane and they give you the briefing, the briefing. You have to put on your mask first in order to be able to put on somebody else's mask. So yeah, self-love. We all need more self-love. Okay, the thing that I did this past week, I did yoga. Oh my gosh. And it felt great. But I need to continue to do the yoga. That's gonna be the tough part. So yeah, that's my Love Does. Oh my gosh. I don't know what is happening. I am very gassy right now. I apologize that y'all had to hear that. But your girl is gassy. Okay, so yes, if you have a Love Does, maybe you Maybe you normally have a routine, maybe you fall off of that routine, or maybe you just want to share something that is unique to you, something that you feel is a unique way that you show yourself some love. Maybe it's journaling, maybe I don't know what it is, okay? But if you want to share your love does, send it to me in the DMs. You can send it in a voice message in the DMs on Instagram to I am Sweet Miss Coco, or you can look up the Coco Love Podcast on IG. It is called the Coco Love Podcast. Okay, I am so glad that you came and joined me for episode number 4. We're just gonna hope that it is actually episode number 4. I think it is. So yeah, thank you so much for joining me for episode number 4 of the Coco Love Podcast. I am your host, Sweet Miss Coco, and I will see you next time.